Coming up on ESBC's third fighter announcement show, we review our hottest signings past and present. We go around the globe to Eastern Europe and reveal two of the all-time American boxing legends. All this and more coming straight ahead on Esports Boxing Club's Fighter Announcement Show. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for being so patient. I know you have been on pins and needles waiting for this, our third ESBC Fighter Announcement Show, and now it is upon us. My name is Todd Grisham, and if for some reason you weren't able to see our first two fighter signing announcement shows, here's a quick look back at some of the highlights. Here we go. One of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world today. They call him Bud, Caleb Plant. And how about Oscar Valdez Jr., Amir Khan, Virgil Ortiz Jr., Alexander Usyk. How about Alexander Povetkin? Roy Jones Jr. is back. How about Showtime Sean Porter, Josh Taylor? And how about my good friend Chris Algieri, Daniel Jacobs, El Gallo from Mexico, and Chocolatito from Nicaragua. Yes, the Mexican legend himself, Tim Bradley Jr. There's only one, Ricky Hatton Lomachenko. The incomparable Marcus Maidana, Big Frank Bruno. There were no two better small guys than these two men. How about Nonito Donaire, Clarissa Shields, Jessica McCaskill, Celia Breakus, Jelena Mrjenovic, and Heather Hardy, Sergey Kovalev. This is ESBC. So there you have it. But that was then. This is now. You ready, ladies and gentlemen? Let's start announcing some new names in the ESBC Boxing Club. And right out of the gate, does it get much bigger than this guy? One of the greatest of all time, Sugar Ray Leonard holds wins over Roberto Duran, Tommy Hearns, and Marvin Hagler. He won world titles in 5 different weight classes. He was also the forefather of the mega paydays we see in boxing today. Sugar Ray, the first boxer in history to earn more than $100 million. And look who's joining us now from Southern California, Sugar Ray Leonard himself. Sugar, I gotta ask you, how does it feel to be a part of the first boxing game in well over a decade?
Well, I must say it's exciting. In fact, I'm looking forward to it because now we have authenticity. We have the correct way of throwing a punch, jab. I can't wait. This is the most realistic boxing game that's ever been created, Sugar. What one punch or one move in your character are you most looking forward to seeing? You know what? My favorite punch is the left hook. I mean, that was my bread and butter, so that's my favorite punch. All right, Sugar, everyone wants to know, what boxer are you most looking forward to fighting in ESBC? I mean, who I would love to have fought was Sugar Ray the real Sugar Ray Robinson, because he was just an amazing technician in the ring, smart. Well, Sugar Ray, I mentioned that you made over $100 million in your career. I know you got a nice house. You got a nice trophy room. Would you mind showing us around? Let us see what you still got. This is the '76 Olympic with a gold medal. In fact, when I came home from the Olympics, I was not going to turn pro. I was going to go to University of Maryland. But my dad who's up there with the white shirt, he went to a coma. We nearly lost him, but because I turned pro, he was able to go to a real doctor. And my father lived to be 95 years old. I'm so glad you're taking a picture of this. These are like 30 people. Each one of them loaned me $1,000 so to turn pro. And from this point on, I became one of the first self-represented fighter in boxing. I was my own man. Richard Price sent me this, and this is after the Hagler fight. He said, "Ray, I ain't seen nothing like it. I've been going to fights, I would say 20 years of my life, and I've seen a lot of fighters. I've never seen nobody fight like you, man." That brought tears to my eyes, man. You know what? This is also my sanctuary. I come in here to relax. When I come into this room and Oh, I still got it. But I come in here to relax and thank God.
Can't wait to see your blazing hand speed in action on ESBC. And I've got to tell you, Ray, a lot of today's current stars say they're most looking forward to fighting you on this video game, so look out.
Hey, Todd, I'm looking forward to fighting anybody. Come on.
All right, thanks, Sugar Ray. Now to one of my favorite signings that we've been able to secure here for ESBC. This legendary fighter that no one seems to be able to track down. He's like Sasquatch or Bigfoot. No one could find him. But finally, we located him, got in touch with his lawyer, and the first thing his lawyer said to me was, "How did you find this guy?" And hell yes, we want to be in the video game. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Big Daddy Riddick Bowe. One of the kings of the heavyweight scene in the 90s, the first fighter in history to win the heavyweight title from all 4 major sanctioning bodies. His trilogy with Evander Holyfield was legendary. If you're playing with Riddick Bowe in ESBC, you're not playing around. Just listen to the man himself.
Hi, I'm Riddick Big Daddy Bowe, 2-time former world heavyweight champion. And I am the champion. So listen, get the game, play me as much as you can. If not, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
And sticking with the all-time great heavyweight theme, there aren't many names higher on the list than Larry Holmes. The Easton Assassin started his career as a paid sparring partner for Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, and he defended his heavyweight championships against 19 different challengers over the course of a 7-year reign. One of the greatest heavyweight world champions still alive today is in the game. Another 90s star, how about the Duke? Tommy Morrison. Of course, he was Tommy Gunn in Rocky V, but his own fighting career started at the age of 15 when he used a fake ID to compete professionally despite being underage. One of the best left hooks in heavyweight boxing history, the former WBO World Heavyweight Champion Tommy Morrison is in Esports Boxing Club. And now to the current number 7 ranked heavyweight according to the Ring magazine, Michael the Bounty Hunter. He turned professional after representing the United States at the 2012 Olympic Games. He's got his eye on either Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury. Michael Hunter, welcome to Esports Boxing Club. And now to a guy who's 6'6" but only weighs 150-something pounds, Sebastian Fundora, known as the Towering Inferno. What a character he's going to be on ESBC, throwing heat from long range with unbeatable reach, and now he's well on his way to world title contention. Born in London to Nigerian parents, Lawrence Okoli represented Great Britain at the 2016 Olympics. He's the current WBO World Cruiserweight Champion and former British and European Cruiserweight Champ, Lawrence Okoli in ESBC. No one was sharper than Mark Too Sharp Johnson, the first African-American boxer to win a world title at flyweight. The tricky southpaw became a 3-time world champion in 2 different weight classes before retiring. Welcome, Too Sharp, to ESBC. New York's Kevin Kelly was a world champion for 2 years, but was best known for being in big fights with big names. His rivalry with Prince Nassim Ahmed was heated, and their fight at Madison Square Garden was an instant classic, the all-action Kevin Kelly in Esports Boxing Club. And now to perhaps our biggest female signing in Ireland. It's not only the men who can fight. Katie Taylor shot to fame in 2012 when she won a gold medal for Ireland in the Olympics. She's now a 2-weight world champion and the current undisputed world lightweight champ, coming off a fantastic win just last week. Katie Taylor still on top and now in ESBC. It's the battling Belgium, the former 2-time world champion Delphine Persoon. Her 2 fights with Katie Taylor absolutely epic, and she is in Esports Boxing Club. Should I stop or should I keep going? Yeah, let's keep going. Some big names from the other side of the globe. Let's take a trip around the world and focus in on Eastern Europe. First up, Romania. Lucian Bute, known as Mr. KO for a reason. 25 knockouts from 37 victories, made him one of the hardest hitting super middleweights of all time. Heading further east now, from Uzbekistan, we've got world super bantamweight champion Mirzadan Akhmadaliev and his countryman Israel Madrimov. The Dream, ladies and gentlemen, along with Bektamir Melikuziev, Bek the Bully, and Shakram Giasov. These guys are part of a wave of talent coming out of Central Asia right now, future and current world champions, each one of them. And then to Mother Russia, Dmitry Bivol. He's held the WBA light heavyweight championship since 2017 and is considered one of the top 3 active light heavyweights in the world today. Now let's focus back in on some boxing legends. Earlier, we told you about Sugar Ray Leonard, Larry Holmes, and Riddick Bowe. And now we go south of the border, ladies and gentlemen, perhaps the greatest Mexican fighter of all time. Get up! The Lion of Culiacan, the man who represents Mexican style. Bite on your mouthpiece, go forward, ultimate aggression, and that made him beloved the world over and also made him a 3-division world champion, one of the best, an absolute legend. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. is in ESBC. Hector Camacho Sr., better known as Macho Camacho, one of the best boxers ever to come out of Puerto Rico. He loved to showboat and put on a show for the fans. You're looking at a boxer that held 3 world titles, had great wins over Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard, an all-time great. But wait, there's more. Not only Hector, but his son Hector Camacho Jr. has also signed on to be part of the ESportsBoxingClub roster.
It's Hector Camacho Jr. On behalf of the late, great Hector Macho Camacho, my father, we invite all of you to get the new ESBC boxing video game. I'm so excited though. It's been years since we had a boxing game. Get it, download it, and help me kick everybody's ass in my division. Macho time.
And just signed, it's Jake LaMotta, who many believe may be the toughest fighter of all time. His ability to take punishment was legendary, and so was his ability to give it. Fans nicknamed him the Raging Bull because of his non-stop aggressive fighting style. The Raging Bull, Jake LaMotta, is in the club. I have a brother named Jeff. He's older than me, and we used to fight all the time. There's nothing quite like brothers fighting. However, the mother of these 2 brothers said they will never fight, but she can't stop them from squaring off on ESBC. We've got one of the most dominant heavyweight champions ever. Vladimir Klitschko is in ESBC. So many epic victories. This man could do it all. And we've got his brother, Dr. Iron Fist, Vitaly Klitschko. The 2 Ukrainians were the most dominant heavyweight forces on the planet for over a decade and hold the Guinness World Record for most heavyweight world title wins by a pair of brothers. We've got the Klitschkos in Esports Boxing Club. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. What an episode it was, episode 3 of our fighter announcements. I told you it'd be big, right? Was it big enough for you? What? Oh, you think it wasn't quite big enough? Well, how about one more name? One more? I mean, we are billing this as the greatest boxing video game of all time. And how can we say the greatest without having the greatest fighter of all time?
I am the greatest.
He's in ESBC, Muhammad Ali. He can float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. His trilogy with Joe Frazier, the greatest of all time. No one could do what Ali did.
I told you all that I was the greatest of all time.
He was a master of self-promotion, a non-stop quote machine.
I'm the fastest, I'm the most scientific, I'm the most creative, I'm the most artistic, I have the prettiest footwork, the prettiest face. There'll never be another fighter like me.
Well, there's no doubt that Muhammad Ali changed boxing and the world forever, and his legacy will live on right here in Esports Boxing Club. We're humbled and honored to have the greatest in ESBC. Well, I'm Todd Grisham. Hope you enjoyed the show. Don't worry, more announcements coming soon. Keep it right here to the ESBC social media. Until then, I'm Todd Grisham. Thanks for watching. This is ESBC.